the Suzuki Hayabusa. It needs no real introduction, but I will give you one in any case. For many, it is the Dhoom bike. For others, it's an enigma. Named after a falcon, it was always deemed too heavy, too long, and well, too ugly to actually classify as a sexy supersport. It was also quite basic when it came to rider aids. Not that it stopped motorcyclists from buying and drooling over it for years. Today though, the 2021 Busa is prettier, brimming with technology, and though it's still heavy and long, and less powerful than before, it's still a much better motorcycle than it replaces. But does it belong on a racetrack? Logic says no, but then it has the GSXR in its name. And this acronym, well, it means the best in terms of performance and handling that the engineers at Hamamatsu in Japan have to offer. So how did it do at the MMRT at the hands of a novice? And I would call myself a novice here because it takes some experience and skill and, well, valor to extract the best out of a big, powerful motorcycle like this one on a relatively tight racetrack. In one word, trying to lap the Busa as quickly as possible at the MMRT was, well, overwhelming and a tad scary. It just has too much power, at least for me. All my braking markers seemed too late, and entering corners hot while trying to trail the brake-in just got the Busa to constantly weave while tipping into the corner. A more competent big bike track rider might have been able to manage with that, but me, nope. I couldn't handle that. And so I tried to finish majority of my braking before going into the three corners I was struggling with. The fast C1, the C4, and then the right king before C10 to keep the weave at bay. It helped. Having traction control and anti-lift was a big help too. Without it, I would probably have high-sided entering C2 on the outlap itself. But even with these aids, there's so much torque going to the rear wheel that it never stops lighting up its rear tire. You can feel it when exiting corners with the bike still leaned over, and that then turns into a force field slamming into your chest and head as the bike gets closer to the upright position, and the electronics, they start waning off and the Busa just takes off or turns into a fast, aggressive rocket. However, the real surprise with the new Busa is its ability to take on the tight and technical sections of a racetrack. It's surprisingly easy to flick it from side to side, and the lean one can carry on this bike is amazing too. and you can always tell what the bike and the tires are doing. It's so confidence inspiring. But is it a proper track tool? Well, it's not the easiest or the most intuitive track bike in the world, but it is an entertaining and satisfying one. And we might have been the first ones to have ridden it at the MMRT, so that's a nice feeling too.